Hello again. So I thought I'd make this video and then a longer video, possibly or probably, with a bit more analysis. But I will tell you something interesting, which is what the real reason is why these things happen. The distortion of history. Anti-British horrible histories is anti-British propaganda is one video. They made a video before about. Maybe multiple, but I saw a little bit of one. I usually don't watch much of it. As I mentioned, they often do not get things right, or yeah, I don't agree with their analysis, their views, especially on certain topics, and it just is not interesting to watch for me. Because I think, yeah, that's not how it works. Okay, wait. So I want to show a little bit and then I'll make my comments, and soon probably I will make a longer video about it, but I will see. Maybe I will just leave it. This is maybe enough.
Core that we possess as British people. They want us to feel like actually the country is not our own. What the attempt that underpins this is to dispossess us of our own heritage, our own particularity, to feel that we are a part of this place and that it belongs to us. That's what they're trying to do. That's all this is. And of course, this was.
Yeah, but it doesn't work like that. That I would say that is an effect. The actual thing that people are trying to do is show that things are connected and that influences or things that you use, for example, tea that you drink, come from other countries, and then they use that as a justification for the idealistic belief that people should just be able to come from any country and live here. Here, as in the UK, but it's the same for any other country, any Western country in particular, because of course those are the countries where people go to, and it's not really to seek asylum. Note that the word asylum seeker is more or less gone these days. It's become or refugee as well. It's more a migrant. They're migrants. They're not asylum seekers. They're not seeking political asylum or something. They're migrants. And it's because there are many reasons why people leave. For example, it could be wars. And it makes sense, but temporarily only. And it's usually better to have something for people in the region. Because if they go here, then they're not going back, usually. And the problem is that they don't fit in. And that's a huge problem with a lot of migration, that people do not fit in, do not want to fit in. And I have some examples about that from the Netherlands, that you get a certain issue of group behavior. And if there are too many people of a certain group, then they do not adapt at all anymore to the society in which they live. And that is a problem actually that was stated in a video. What was it? But what the USA can learn from Sweden or Western Europe, something video. And I thought, this video is so stupid because the USA is actually where this already started long ago. It is the failure of the melting pot. So why did the melting pot fail? Because it only works if there are a small number of people who do not fit in, who are different. If there are a large number of them and they are of a certain group, and then they start to clump together, it's birds of a feather flock together. There's a saying about this in any language that I know, and that's just how it is. It's how people are. And it was actually the USA that already gave the example of the problems in, maybe the 60s, earlier, 70s, 60s, at least the 60s and 70s. That should have been a warning to Europe, and not the other way around, that the problems in Europe with too much immigration showed what the USA should be aware of. They already had that problem. It was weird. So what is going on really? I made a comment. I made some comments here and there, but in videos and in comments on YouTube. Antisocial people are the problem. These people who want to make change in society are usually antisocial idealists. For example, Putin is an idealistic psychopath. He wants to change society in the way he thinks society should be. He does not care about people. He only cares about his views of how the world should be. Such people are dangerous, and it's same. What's going on with wokeness is the same as political correctness. It is oppressive. It is not giving choice. It is not the if you look at diversity, equity, inclusion, or DIE, as it should be, this should be the order in which you say it. But okay, it was, I think, and then they changed. It's because of the meaning of the words as a word, of the letters as a word. Diversity is not a plus because it doesn't work. If there is too much diversity, then people will clump together in groups. If diversity of opinion is much more important, but that's what they don't care about. And they don't actually care about diversity. What they care about is forced equality, in the sense of having the same number of people here, there, in TV programs, etc. So you see, it's like a paint by numbers game. There should be more Asians, or there should be more this or that group in this TV show. Why? Why should there be the same number everywhere? It's not necessary. But it's oppressive. It's political correctness in its essence started out as wanting proper behavior, but if you want to enforce proper behavior, then you're becoming oppressive, and you give also rise to not being able to see the truth, because you're not allowed to say what is real anymore, such as pointing out, for example, crime statistics on YouTube, and then your comments get removed. That's oppressive, and it does means you can't can't tell the truth, because you can't also come to the truth. Now, one interesting point is, which he does not know, I'm pretty sure, because I've never heard any of them talk about this, which is that antisocial people, and I mentioned this before with antisocial people, for example, at the top of a company, they run a company into the ground, thinking that they did a great job, and they really believe it, and they believe it because they do not look at evidence to the contrary. Similar to Putin, he probably really believes that he is doing a great job, but he just had a lot of setbacks, things he could not do anything about, and that's really how it works. It's with autistic people as well. You need to really know their mindset to understand how they think, and they have a worldview which is very different from normal people. Psychopaths as well, they think differently. They really do not look at anything that invalidates their own views or that shows that they're wrong. And what these antisocial idealists do is they look at society and they think, okay, we should make everyone aware of how everything's connected. Like, for example, tea comes from other countries and we are English, so this is all things that come from other countries, and it's not just that, it's everything is connected. And there was a video about, for example, a pencil, was it a video? Yes, I watched a video. It was about issues like how everything is connected in a modern world, and for example, even a pencil or a pen comes from a lot of cooperation with a lot of countries. And that's just how it is, but it does not mean that the UK does not have its own culture, or that you should accept everyone into your country because you use someone else's products. That's absolutely insane. It's the same what I read about a book long ago, a Dutch book about Ukraine, and it was an incredibly stupid writer who made. I criticized it on my website, and she made, for example, the point, the writer, that people in Ukraine, they don't like foreigners, and but they do like sushi, for example. Yeah, why would you want Japanese or Chinese people in your country if you like Chinese food? That has nothing to do with each other. But this kind of crazy thinking, this simplistic thinking, is what's being oppressed on people and on countries by rulers, by the leading, the people in power. They feel they have an ideal of what life should be like, that everyone should be the same and want to be helping people, and that is nice in practice, nice in theory, I mean, but in practice that does not work. And the people who really need the help are not the ones actually who are coming. The ones who are coming are the opportunists. So he's wrong about why it starts. It's not about, the goal is not about making people not feel like their country is their country. The goal is to make people aware of how everything is connected, together with that they feel people should be helped. But that's extremely problematic, because you cannot help the whole world. You cannot accept the whole of Africa or Asia into, or China, for example, into Western Europe. It's impossible. It'll destroy all the cultures here. And why should you want to have your own culture? Yeah, why not? It's your country. You have the right to it. I mean, why would anyone else have the right to oppress you? And Western countries are, of course, the ones who created the United Nations, and after World War II in particular, there was this view of we need to do something different. And they get into this self-destructive mode. It's weird. Okay, if you're interested in more of this, then write something about it, comment, question, anything, and I'll see what I can do time-wise. Yeah, it's a bit hectic these days. Bye for now.